I'm at the police station this morning. I just came to fetch the protection order that I've done against my husband. He has been threatening my life that I will die an untimely death due to the reasons that he doesn't want us to get divorced and share properties. He has been threatening me due to the things that I know that he has done. This man has tried his ultimate to remove me from my friends, from my family. But it has finally come out. Nothing is hidden forever. I have been married to a murdering ritualist. This man used our 2-month-old daughter that passed away last year without being sick, without being anything, for money rituals. Since that last year till now, he has bought cars, businesses, all in the name of money rituals, all over my daughter's body, my daughter's blood. Anybody that sees this video, please know that I am fearing for my life. He has promised that I will die before my time. But God, I serve a living God. He cannot kill me. He cannot get away with it. He has tried to manipulate and turn people against me for years. He has done terrible, horrible things. But I will still make videos explaining year by year on how I was married to a ritualist and I did not know. But now I know. You can't touch me. You can't do anything to me. God is bigger than you. Last night he had sending messages to my parents, threatening them, telling them that we want to get things that I never worked for. He picked me up from the gutter. This is the same man that has been using my miscarriages, my child. My daughter died last year when she was a healthy baby at 2 months. Where after my daughter died, this man wanted no justice. He just wanted me to even forget that I even had a child. Asking me that he can buy me anything, he can do anything for me, just for me to just forget anything. But just for me to stop asking questions and stop wanting to know what happened to my daughter. Only for in a space of a couple of months. It was a year in January since my daughter passed away. Before then, he has bought cars, he has bought houses, he has got farms in Nigeria, all using the blood of my daughter. You have no power over me. That untimely death that you think you are building for me, it will never happen. All your plans will never happen. I am not yours to kill. My son, you will not take him to Nigeria to continue your money rituals. You are lying to yourself. To anyone who knows this man, know that he's a ritualist. A money-driven ritualist. Ask yourselves questions. In a space of a year after my daughter passed, what has he been doing?
Yeah, this woman have a lot to say. According to her, she married a Nigerian man, and that Nigerian man is threatening her life. And again, the Nigerian man is doing a ritual according to her. And again, before we move on in another video, listening to what there's some programs about going on in inside this month, but watch the video so that.
Good morning, Mr. Manager. Hope you're okay. We are talking to Lolo from South Africa. I'm one of the organizers for the upcoming protest, which was fueled by the Chidi Masaga over everything else, because we are feeling like our identity as South Africans is being diluted. The fight of South Africa is the fight of the land. When I'm talking about the land, I'm talking about the resources. In South Africa, when we fight for land or when we claim land, oftentimes we use our graves, our great-grandfathers' graves, to point that this is where our great-grandfathers were buried before they were moved by the colonizers or by the apartheid beneficiaries. So today we have Nigerians being buried, Malawans being buried in South Africa because those people, some they don't even know where they come from as they do not have documents. So in the near future, let's say in 10, 20 years time, we will have graves of Nigerians in South Africa where their kids now will come and claim that that is their land. And they will be pointing to those graves. Do you see where the problem goes? We are planning a protest on the 23rd of September, which I believe it is our last peaceful protest. We will be engaging our government. I will be giving you updates from next week on who else have been invited to come and receive memorandum in South Africa. The letter of audience have been sent to our president and also the premier in KZN so that they can come receive our request. Do you mind I give you those letters and also our poster? You can do the content for now while you are updating other updates moving forward from next week. Thank you.
I have been married to a murdering ritualist. This man used our 2-month-old daughter that passed away last year without being sick, without being anything, for money rituals. Since that last year till now.
You know what is the saddest thing about this video? Kastswana bare uskanyela sidiba. And there's no direct translation for that. If you understand what I'm saying, you must know. Uskanyela sidiba. You see South African women, in a large portion of them, it's not all of you, your pursuit of lifestyle and your pursuit of things that you think are important and resources will lead you into trouble and to your graves. And what I mean is this. You curse black men, particularly South African black men. You curse us, you call us useless, you call us stingy, you call us small penis, you call us all these words. And when you fall into trouble based on the things that you guys entertain and the things that you think are above us, you then seek help from the very same community that you guys piss on. So then you want us to feel bad for you when you portray a certain image about black South African men, that we are abusers, we are all these things. Yet when the abuse comes from those things or those people that you think are important than us, you want to act like victims and you seek assistance and you want society to hear your pain and you want pity from the very same people that you guys piss on. And we are not going to feel bad for any of you. You make your bed, you lie on it. Busy making noise on social media. And this is the problem. A lot of you, even your education, even the things that you claim makes you independent or makes you intelligent, devoids you from reality. You guys don't live in the realm of reality. You exist on these phones. You exist in your phones. You exist on the internet. You are not real people. And you're not even serious about your own well-being. Only for the sake to compete with other women to make it as if like you're living a better life than the rest of them. Yet later you forget to check the character of these Nigerians that you guys sleep with. And then you want to cry and say, I did not know he's doing all these rituals and Lona. South African women in some aspects, you guys are fucking let down. You are just empty beings that are chasing nothing. And there's a lot of beautiful, well-minded South African women. And I give kudos to those women. I pray that God gives you good men and you build proper lives and God gives you an abundance of opportunities with those men. And stop chasing this cloud lifestyle. Because harka bua ni tantate mdimo. Manager ka ofela bereka kaya. A bereka kaya manager ka ofela. And then ka usana motho ntse di ritual ka mwana lona. Or ntse di ritual ka wena, you want to act like you are the victim. Ba etsa ka chelte batho ba. Mara kira lena taba. I'd cry in a Range Rover. Nisazokhala ke. You haven't cried. Nisazokhala.
Away from all. After they come here because they are morphine in their country. Yeah. But in their country, morphine they are not legalized. They come here in South Africa because South Africa is a free country. Yeah. You can do whatever you want. Okay. You can do whatever you want. You know South Africa is a free country. Yeah, of course. There's a freedom of speech. You can say whatever. You can see now the way you are talking. We have a freedom because South Africa is a freedom. Other country cannot talk like that. Like you go in Arabic Saudi, you cannot go and take something about politics on the major like this. Yeah. They can even arrest you, they can even kill you. Yeah, yeah. But in South Africa, we are free. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. So people, they are leaving their country to come in South Africa.
Guys, so apparently, Nigeria got exposed for being the first xenophobic nation in Africa. The first xenophobic nation in Africa. The only problem is they couldn't pronounce xenophobia, xenophobic, xenophobes. So because they couldn't pronounce it, they were not labeled it. Well, I got evidence, I got proof. You guys wanted this fight, right? You guys don't want to leave SA alone, right? Well, we're starting to research now. So apparently they just couldn't pronounce the word xenophobia or xenophobia. Because they couldn't pronounce it, they just dololoed them and left him like that. But apparently they are the principals, the gods, the beginners, the alpha and the omega. The one that knew and knows and will know of xenophobia. You people are looking for problems here, guys. We are researching now. Now this fight, we are researching. Uzonia. You know that last part, I had to stop it. Even when they are saying something good about South Africa, they still have to add some unnecessary things. South Africans are not slaves in their own country. They're not slaves. They've got all the freedom. If they want to go to Orania, they can go to Orania. You guys are just misled. But even Nigerians are tired. They understand what is happening in South Africa. So all those other Nigerians that are making a whole lot of noise, listen to your brothers. It's not that, and the ignorance part of all this is that you guys think that South Africans don't want you in South Africa. No, they don't like what you are doing in South Africa, how you're behaving, the crime, the corruption, the fraud. That's all they're complaining about. And all this started because of Chichi. Fraud. And now look at where we are. 100 videos later, you guys now have become very disrespectful. Now you start insulting South Africans on social media left and right. Instead of recognizing your wrongs and your mistakes. Well, guys, I'm your boy Uncle P. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be said after this because clearly this one here is something that the state and the government needs to take control over because this is going to get out of control. It really will.
We need to just be honest. We need to just be honest and condemn the wrong thing. What is wrong is wrong. Hope you understand. We need to condemn the wrong thing. Understand? I'm a Nigerian as well, and I don't like what my fellow Nigerians are doing it. And when they are doing the wrong thing, when people coming out to condemn it, then they will be promoting fake video to bring a fake evidence to show the world that this is what is going on. No, this is fake evidence. What people need, they won't need Nigeria to change. If you are in Nigerians, you know you are into bad thing. It's time for you to relook into that thing again. Relook into that thing again. What you are doing, are you okay with it? Like majority, everywhere you go, people complain about Nigerians. How do you feel? Are you really okay with it? Now it's not time you sit down, you think about your physical appearance, your attitude. Now look into your attitude again. Look into your attitude. Ask yourself questions. Is this thing that I'm doing, is it the right thing or not, right or wrong? You need to ask yourself this question as a Nigerian. Maybe you are not saying what you are doing. Now, what you're supposed to do, ask the people around you. Do my life, how my lifestyle look like? Am I doing the right thing? Ask the people around you. Maybe the people can testify that, guy, you are doing the wrong thing. You need to stop the wrong thing. You need to do the right thing. Ask people around you. But this particular time, majority of us Nigerians are doing the bad thing. And when they are telling us, we are bringing fake rumors to publish it to the people, make people look like we are doing the right thing. Why, by the way, we are doing the wrong thing? Although today, I have a lot of video for you. You need to watch and see the wrong thing people are talking about too. If you are cool with it, okay, then you wait. Then you have to prepare yourself and bring your back to Nigeria, where you come from. Because South Africa are really ready, and other world, they are ready for you. Although watch the video, shall, because I have a video for you today, okay?
South Africa is the giants of Africa. Israel Adesanya just lost to a South African. Vanessa Chichi Chidima, she's representing South Africa in the Miss Nigeria Universe pageant. She's a South African. And we are voting for Vanessa. South Africa just won silver medalist at the Olympics and Nigeria was kicked out. When we are winning, you guys don't talk. You don't talk. You are silent. When we are winning, you are silent. Gotta eat the humble pies, Nigeria. Eat the humble pies. Eat the humble pies, guys.
When I was advocating for Operation Totola, it was simple. The institution, the movement was fighting against undocumented foreigners committing crime in our country because we can't hold them accountable. And it's just too much. The stats say it is not my opinion. And when it moved to, we are now fighting all foreigners, I said, meeting, I'm not going to be part of nonsense, because if you're fighting all foreigners, you're talking nonsense. And it's not subjected to only Africans being foreigners. I mean, even you speak about UK, Europe, you speak about the West, America and so forth, and Asia. They're all foreigners. So there's no way that you can isolate yourself from the world. If you say you are fighting all foreigners, that means you are also suggesting all embassies in South Africa must close down immediate effect. People must go home. And all our ambassadors across the world must close office and come back because we are fighting all foreigners. And I was like, I'm not going to allow that. And what's the people that are suffering the most happen to be African foreigners by definition, because they are the closest to home. You don't find a Chinese guy chilling in Tembisa. You find a Mozambican and you find Malawi, Bozim, and so forth chilling there. So as soon as you introduce that culture and you condition our people to saying, to hell with foreigners, all of them, then you are saying that there must be a battle in our townships. There must be fights. We must kill each other. We must just talk nonsense about each other. And I couldn't stand there and advocate for that nonsense. A lot of the people, even listening to this interview now, they've never heard me speak of all foreigners must go. I've always addressed undocumented foreigners. If you find a video, SAPC, any video, even social, where I am saying that to hell with all foreigners, I'll give you 10,000 for every video. No problem. So the media was sponsored by forces and some politicians to make me seem as if I'm xenophobic. And when I was not. So then I realized that I now have an internal battle to fight. Why do you think I'm a threat? Do you think I will want to come and be president of Soweto Parliament and president of Totola? I mean, what's this obsession with titles? Let's work for the people and let's achieve what we need to achieve and let's move. So I think because people had the confidence in me as a leader, made Mahotman uneasy because they had other plans. And another plan that I hated was to convert Operation Totola into a political party. So all these numbers at some point were going to be converted into politics, and the guys would get into politics using the numbers that we've brought into the institution and the movement. And I addressed that. I said, I am a non-political being because I don't believe in the system of politics. Why? Because I'm a scholar of ancient African history. I know what politics has done to the continent. I can't now join the problem that has abused this continent for many, many years. Politics as a system, I don't care how much independent thinking that you think you have within your political party. If Nhlanhla Lux joins any political party that you are thinking of right now, he can't just speak the truth about this person or that situation, or because he's subjected to a disciplinary hearing in the morning. On Monday morning, I must now be go whatever headquarters or whatever, because I subscribe to their membership and terms and conditions. Right now, my terms and conditions are the heartbeat of my people. I'll speak and defend the heartbeat of my people at any given time. No one can say that I want to see you Monday morning, and therefore you are suspended from, and then my voice is suspended, and I can't. What's the problem of this country? Politicians and politics. They've led us to where we are. You can't tell me anything else. Politics as a system, politicians as the people that endorse the system, have led us to the problems that we have in this country and continent. So if I join them, I'm joining the problem. How dare I join the problem?
On record, two things. Sure. The first thing, you're no longer a part of Operation Tutu.
No, I'm not.
But you are the president of Soweto Parliament.
Yes.
Warning to all South Africans. The Israelis are leaving Israel and moving to Western Cape. And this is being made possible by British politicians. Watch this video.
In the Western Cape is an ideological homeland for people who think like us, people who have broadly Western values, who want to live in the first world, and you know, want to and I've often used the example, the Western Cape becomes almost like Israel for the Jews, if I can use that example. You know, you don't have to go and live in Israel to benefit, if you're Jewish, to benefit from an Israeli state. You've got somebody who's your people, your ideological people, and they're going to have your best interests at heart. And I think it's the one place where in South Africa, current South Africa, we can create hard power. We can have a police force, we can have a military, we can have borders, and actually be in a situation to influence in a really significant way at a national level the circumstances in South Africa.
Now, in the video, you are seeing British politicians discussing creating a new Israel in Western Cape. As we all know, they've been trying to annex the Western Cape from the rest of South Africa. The DA government in the Western Cape has been issuing permanent residences for Europeans who are moving from Europe into South Africa to settle down. Why? Because they want to increase the population of Europeans in the Western Cape so that they should have voting power. And guess what they're doing to the local South Africans in the Western Cape? They are making sure that life is expensive for any black person living in the Western Cape so that they move out of the Western Cape to other parts of South Africa. And they've done this for many years, and that's how they've managed to keep the DA in control of the Western Cape. You know, the Israelis know that with the way things are going, the state of Israel has slim chances of surviving. So they're having a plan B. They're trying to move the Israelis from out there to Western Cape. And remember, who helped create the state of Israel in the first place? The same British politicians who are discussing creating a new Israel in Western Cape. They are keeping you preoccupied with the issue of foreigners because they know that as long as you're preoccupied with the issue of foreigners, you won't think about your land. They want to make it seem as though the biggest problem for South Africans is foreigners. But the most important issue is land. And they don't want you South Africans to discuss land at all. So they are sponsoring discussions and conversations. They are pushing adverts. They're even paying political parties to push this foreigner issue. And they've made sure that the only political party that has been discussing land, like the EFF, is silenced for good. And what have they done to the EFF? They're disbanding the EFF. South Africans, open your eyes. The Israelis are coming in.
You tell when a South African girl has started dating Nigerian men. Like as soon as South African girls get...
My brother, there are telltale signs, you know. These ladies, they just start to talk differently, you know, and they start to walk differently. They're walking, there's reasons for the walking. But I'll try to give my explanation the easiest way I can. You see, in life, you know, you get South African men and you get Nigerian men, you see. And now South African women are used of South African men, you see. So South African women are just normal. Then what happens? The South African woman meet the Nigerian man, you see. And then when these two meet and start dating, game over for South African men. Because now that South African woman is playing in the big leagues now, you see. So now, even when that Nigerian man leaves the South African woman, when she's looking for a South African man, they are very picky now. They can't just find any man because, hey, kunzima, hey, they know men will say, look at you, sister, look at you. We can't feel now. We can't feel, you see. That's the problem now. So that's why these ladies, they're so particular. They tell us no princess treatment and it's all about money. What? No, it's not about the money. It's about filling the spaces. You see? You see, now you have to get a special man. What must happen now?
Did you ever see a South African police asking a Chinese guy about work permit, about passport? Did you ever see a South African police asking a white guy, a European guy, white people from Germany, Netherlands, about passport, work permit? They don't do that. This is black versus black. They only demand papers when you are black. But from white people, they don't go there. Why? Why? If they are cleaning the country, which means black people are the rubbish. Why they don't clean with white people also? Why they don't do that? This is apartheid. Apartheid from black people to black people. Black person discriminating another black person. Why they don't ask papers from white people? That is my problem. I don't care about what they are doing. They are cleaning their country, yes. Us as the foreigners, we have to blame our governments because our governments failed us. That's why we are here. But this thing, we must get equal treatment, black and white. If they are cleaning black people here in South Africa, they must clean white people also. Thank you.
You know what I wish for? I wish for legal foreigners that are enjoying life in South Africa just to come out and tell people how much they are enjoying this life. Simply because they're living a fair and honest life. They are legally here. They are not committing any crimes. They haven't stolen anybody's identity. They don't come out at night to grape and murder people. They're living an honest, clean life. How many of them are here? I wish those people can actually just come out and tell the lizards and frogs and rats and mosquitoes outside South Africa that South Africans are not xenophobic. This is one of the most accommodating countries you can ever find in Africa. And also tell them about the benefits of being a citizen, a legal citizen in South Africa. There is so much that they are enjoying. There is so much that they are enjoying every single day, and they're just living peacefully so with the rest of us because they are not causing any chaos, they are not committing any crimes. But you hear a lot of these frogs outside, they've got so much to say, and these illegal ones that are here, they've got a lot to say. How many doctors do we have in our hospitals that are from DRC, that are from Nigeria? Saloons are operated by who? People from Ghana. Most of them, not all of them. People from Nigeria. In your hotels, you got a lot of people that are working in hotels that are from Zimbabwe. In your restaurants, from Zimbabwe, most of them. Your Uber drivers and your Bolt drivers, most of them are not South African. This food delivery things, the scooter things, most of them are not South African. And you want to come here and you say South Africa is not accommodating, South Africa is xenophobic? Come on, man. I just wish people that are enjoying life in South Africa, because they are legal and they're not committing any crimes, can just come out and tell the world that, listen, if you are not causing any problems, committing any crimes, or doing anything that is wrong and against the law, you would be peacefully enjoying your life. Marrying their women, marrying their men, because you know what? There's nothing wrong that you're doing. You're just enjoying life. There's so much that is nice and beautiful about our country. Oh, but I'm telling you, you get the illegal rats that are just going on and on and on and on about how we are xenophobic and Afrophobic. Even the people that are outside South Africa that have never even set a foot in our country have got so much to say about things they know nothing about. But I'm asking those that are living in South Africa and enjoying the life and the benefits of being a citizen in South Africa, legal citizen, just tell these people, just tell them the truth. There is so much that South Africa has to offer for foreigners. And there is so many things that are beautiful about our country that you all don't know about.
Dear foreigners living in South Africa, are you okay? We are New Borders Immigration Solutions. So I'm just going to address a few things when it comes to visa application in South Africa. Number one thing that I want you to understand and know, it is important for you to do your own research before you go to anyone. If you can afford data for TikTok, you can afford to go on Google and quickly do a search, right? Like asking for a business visa when you are just a hairstylist, you know, like asking for a spousal visa when you don't have a long-time spouse or you don't have a marriage certificate, like asking for a relative visa when the only person that you have in your family who's South African is your neighbor. There's just a lot of things to consider and take into consideration. Do your research to avoid being, crooked, to avoid people getting away with your money. Please do your research. Because by the time you get to us, we are going to ask you these questions. And if you do not qualify for it, we are not going to help you. In addition to that, we get high. What permit can you give me? Sorry. We don't have permits to give people. The process of visa application doesn't work like that, you know. But if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section, and we'll help you. We'll see where we can. Information is important, and I know a lot of you guys just lack information.
This issue of foreigners is getting out of hand now. You know that I've been traveling to Mozambique for quite some time. For almost 6 years. There were some projects that I was doing in Mozambique. I had friends, Mozambican people, that have helped to get jobs and have taught to be something now better. Some of the guys I found them, they were laborers. Today they are managers. Because I taught them everything. And I treated them like sisters and brothers. But let me tell you, South Africans, the reception is hostile when it comes to the authorities. They want to rip you off. They do everything to get all the money out of your pocket for no reason. They create crime for you. This is how these fucking stupid morons think they can just walk into South Africa. There was a time when I felt, when I come back to South Africa, I'll kill each and every foreigner here. When I left the Maputo border, I had not even R1 in my pocket. Driving a new car, everything was fine. But they can find the fault. And I was told, I had 3,000 rand when I approached them, the border gate. When I left that border gate, I had not 1 cent. Fuck the foreigners. They must go back to their fucking countries.
Hello, welcome family. If you followed me for the past few days, I have been on the necks of asylum seekers and refugee status holders. We're trying to avoid foreign nationals having illegal status in South Africa. And I believe that majority of those are newcomers or asylum seekers who have not had the opportunity or the privilege to apply for new asylum temporary permits or to renew or extend the asylum temporary visas. It is imperative for you to understand that you need to approach the officers. Should you find yourself in any way possible, please do speak with someone who has knowledge and who can assist you properly. Have a good morning.
South Africans are looking for trouble. You should go ask our Ghanaian brothers and understand the fact that Nigerians are not to be messed with. We're sweet people, we're accommodating, we're so nice. But don't try us. As you can see, you started the Uber, shit and all. And now you can tell that in all ways, you need to give it up and respect us as your elder brothers. Go ask your forefathers why they call us giant of Africa. We didn't struggle to get it. Like, we deserve it in all ramification. So before you guys start acting, make sure you know details and know history. We Nigerians, we love peace and we love you guys. You guys are our junior brothers and sisters, right? So one love, don't come again. As you can see, you have seen the result yourself. You started the Uber war and we gave it back to you. And I'm sure you guys have learned a lesson you will never forget. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Warning. I'm Zadio Flegas.
While you're still mad, I want you to know this. Just as much as I don't feel safe around Nigerian men, I wouldn't feel safe around you Black South African men. I'm not in any position to criticize any other man. The same things you criticize them for, you do them. You do it to women, you do it to children. Just as much as you criticize them for being drug suppliers. The biggest drug bust that was caught recently was the Boers, a South African man, and a Mexican foreigner. Who supplies these Nigerians? You're mostly quiet, Black South African men. Whenever I talk about my ex, who's a Zulu man, who preferred dating a minor and then marrying her. You're most likely to abuse your fellow Black South African women, mainly because they rejected you or they're doing better than you. You're busy procreating, taking zero responsibility, and then you're supported by a woman, supporting your very same kids. Talk too much for a man and you do less.
We are not being xenophobic because we are saying all the foreign nationals who are here in KwaZulu-Natal, who have documents, who are here legally, we support their presence in the province of KwaZulu-Natal because we understand the reasons are beyond reasonable doubt that they had to be here for a particular purpose. However, we are saying for those who are here illegally, they must go back to their countries so that they get proper documents that will allow them to be in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. I don't think that is being xenophobic.
Hi, good afternoon, South Africa. I haven't made live videos in a long time because we have so much rhetoric coming from people and I don't ever respond to fodder. However, this is something very important which we need to talk about. Everybody in South Africa is backing that foreign nationals, African brothers and sisters, have to leave South Africa. And there's a mass kind of a campaign around South Africa to see which province can arrest as much foreigners as possible. Like Thabo Mbeki from the Mbeki Foundation has said now the other day that foreign nationals is not South Africa's problem. If we believe that the foreign nationals is a problem in this country, we are extremely confused and we are definitely going up the wrong path. Foreign nationals has never been the problem in this country. The problem in the country at the moment is the economy. And the economy is not creating enough jobs it's not creating enough jobs for South Africans. But we cannot blame the African brother and sister that's in the country. They are there for a certain sector in the economy. They are either selling melons on the streets, working at hotels, and doing all kinds of jobs. And you know, we cannot say that they are taking away South Africans' jobs. There's a gap in the economy for these people, and I think we should just let them be. I would like to talk about a problem which I am foreseeing, and that is the rental market. If you go into Cape Town and into Johannesburg, you'll notice that the rentals, apartments, 70% of the CBD apartments are rented by people that's deemed as foreign nationals. So my appeal is to the ministers to understand that, okay, if we get rid of these people out of South Africa, who is going to occupy these buildings and take over the rentals? It's going to be very, very difficult to compensate for that. And it's billions and billions of this economy that's going to be lost. If you look at Johannesburg, if you look at the CBD in Johannesburg, if all foreign nationals are deemed to be illegal and they need to get out of the country, what's going to happen to the CBD? It's going to become a ghost town. How do we get back that kind of loss in the economy? So I'm appealing to South Africans that's got extreme hate in their hearts towards foreign nationals to say, these people are not the problems. The problem is the economy is not creating enough jobs for you, South Africans. And what we need to focus on is creating jobs for South Africans. For the foreign national, there's legal organizations, there's the courts. You need to go to these courts to get orders, court orders, to get yourself documented. And a lot of people coming in and saying, oh, but you can't get a court order. Do not listen to rhetoric. Every person's case is treated as an individual matter in the courts. So your matter is individualized. Goes to the court, you can prove to the court that you've been in the country for longer than 5 years. The courts can intervene to get you documentation. To the brother and sister that don't have documentation, that can't afford legal fees, you have the right to go into Home Affairs and apply for asylum. You have the right to do that. But it's very important that all undocumented people in South Africa need to be documented. You need to be documented. Because if you're not documented, you don't belong here in the country. Okay? So I'm appealing to South Africans to find it in your hearts to say, let's find a space for these African brothers and sisters. Like in Nigeria, in Zimbabwe, there's lots of South Africans there. A lot of South African companies in Nigeria, not a lot of South African companies in Zimbabwe. They're not saying get out of the country. If you go all across the world, in London, France, there's lots of South Africans that are there legally and some illegally. But they're trying to get there legally. It's very important. We need to look at the economy and say, it's not foreign nationals that's a problem. Now, to the foreign national that's here to commit crime, this is not your home. If you want to commit crime here in South Africa, I don't think there's any place in the world that you can go to and that's going to be accepted. So I'm appealing to South Africans too, and I'm appealing to all the ministers in different departments, especially Minister Senzo Mkhunu, Leon Schreiber, to say, let's get these people legal in the country. We are going to the courts, we're trying to get an amnesty for people that's got no documentation. But that's a process, it's a long process. Okay? Please get documented those that's undocumented. Thabo Mbeki is absolutely right. Our problems in South Africa is not foreign nationals. It's not our African brothers and sisters. The problem in South Africa is the economy is not creating enough jobs for South Africans.
Let's work together to change society. Let's work together to end corruption, to end crime. Let's work together to get those on the streets that are not documented, to get them documented. God bless you. God bless Africa.
Finally, this is what some South Africans like to see in their eyes. And today it was a lot of illegal foreigners were running away from the police being deported in Alexander North side of Limbro Park. So now I joined the video for the illegal foreigners who are running away from the police and this one, so you can see together. I hope you drop the comment on my section below of what you think, of what you think actually. But let me also say something to those they say no, they don't understand of what I'm saying. But here I'm talking English so that everyone must understand. I'm not talking my native language here, and I hope everyone will understand. May God bless you. I love you all. Thanks.
So y'all wanna talk shit about South Africans, but when we clap back, y'all wanna play victims. Are you fucking kidding? You wanna talk shit about South Africa? When South Africans clap back, you guys wanna be the victims. Wow. Wrong country, wrong people. You mess with South Africa, you're gonna eat shit. Period.
There are Nigerian men in South Africa. We are delighted to bring you this good news. Today, we want to introduce to you a product, a great product that has been tested and trusted globally. A great product that has proven to be a cure to the ongoing misunderstandings between us and our host country, South Africa. We hereby introduce to all Nigerian men that lives in South Africa trust. Trust me on this. This can help reduce the multiplication in South Africa. Use this on South African women and thank me later. It's not bad to be a foreigner or a kwere. Anybody can be. But the multiplication, trust me. Danko.
We're tired of this. They come back with their Nigerian women and give them the citizenship as they got it. Scamming up under just already done.
Okay, now the government need to look into this. Very important. African government, especially Nigerian government, South Africa government, they need to look into this thing and analyze it. To me, I know my people. What they are doing there is automatically wrong. And what I stand for, I want Nigeria to return back home. That is my own, to come back and fix their country. That is what I really stand for. What they are doing there, I don't stand for it. I 100% cancel it and I condemn it. I did not support it because already it has cleared. The people who in the land, they say they are not interested in foreigners, especially Nigeria. It's time for you to come back your home. You can't say that you fight person in their country because you are not doing the right thing. Come back to your country and fix your country. That's what I stand for. Me, normally, this is what I stand for, okay? I just want to appreciate everybody. Ikesiti, if you want to reach out to me, look at my bio top there. You will see my number. Send me your messaging. No forget that even if I didn't reply you, I see your message and I'm going to react, especially when you say audio voice or sending a video, whatever. Even I wasn't replying, but I see. I'm going to release it, okay? God bless everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. My name is Master Manager Nigerian News, and I just want to say bye-bye for now. If you want to reach out to me, look at my bio, my WhatsApp number there. You can send me the message you want to send to me. It's available for the messaging. God bless you and bye-bye for now. Enjoy it. No forget to subscribe to Master Manager Nigerian News. Subscribe, okay? Subscribe.